So what is going on, guys? CeeGee here today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am. And today, as by the title, we are going to be talking about the Battlefront beta, or more specifically, a beta review. So for those of you that weren't aware, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta was live the weekend just gone, and I sunk my teeth into it quite heavily. I played quite a lot of it, but unfortunately I didn't record because I felt like I wanted to just get to know the game and didn't want to feel pressured by knowing that there was cameras and shit and that I had to do well for a video. So I kind of wanted to get to know the game, which I'm sure you guys can appreciate to some extent. If you don't, then that's kind of tough because I haven't got any gameplay for it. But nonetheless, this is my review of the beta. Maybe even a direct message to EA telling them what was good, what was bad. And I'm well aware that they would probably never ever see this. But it's nice to just let you guys know what my opinions are. And my opinion is that it's left a very bittersweet taste in my mouth. And I want to get the bad out of the way first because it's Star Wars, so I want to end on that high note. But the bad thing for me was the main mode, which was Galactic Assault. I hated Galactic Assault with a passion. Now, it wasn't the mode that was the problem. It was more the map and the first section of the mode. So it kind of is the mode. Naboo, undoubtedly, gorgeous map. Phenomenal visuals. I absolutely adore it. But the problem was that when the droid carrier was obviously coming down the big road in the middle, you've got the two bits of city on either side. And it's very big. It's a huge map, potentially even like Battlefield big. And the droids have to get the droid carrier to the palace, the royal palace, and the clones have to stop it from getting there. So the clones have to get these ion torpedo things, which are like these rocket launchers, and they have to destroy the droid carrier before it gets to the palace. Now, my problem with this was that there was such a huge area to cover with only 40 players. I very rarely found myself getting into any engagements with anyone, which really sucked because I wanted to kill some clones, I wanted to kill some droids, I wanted to really learn how to play the game and learn how to do well. But I couldn't do that because most of the time I wasn't ever finding anyone. I think what they intended to do was that as the droid carrier was going up through the middle, you were going to have like crossfire across the two cities. But that never happened. I never had that once. The most I had in the way of kill was like 6 kills in the first part of Galactic Assault. It's not until you get into the Royal Palace that it really starts getting intense and you start getting all the kills and there's a lot more action. When you're outside in this that preparation phase as such before you get inside, it's very boring. It's really bad. I'm not going to lie. I really didn't enjoy it. I really did not enjoy playing that bit of the beta at all. I remember sitting there and I playing it and I was like, you know what? I actually prefer the original beta, the first game's beta on Hoth. I thought it was an absolutely incredible beta, but this just did not live up to the hype. It was very boring, it was very dull, until, not dull as such, I mean the game mode was dull. The game itself is not dull, it's colourful, it's visual, it's absolutely incredible. But the game mode was very boring. I didn't enjoy it at all, which kind of sucked. And it wasn't until I went into Strike that I really started to appreciate how good the game actually was. So obviously I don't like Galactic Assault. I'm writing that off completely. I will probably not really play that unless it's a good map. I didn't like it on Naboo, full stop. Strike, on the other hand, is absolutely incredible. Strike is arguably the best mode out of all the Star Wars games, which I like. The concept of it was that the Rebellion are at Maz Kanata's castle from The Force Awakens, and the First Order are there to collect some super secret intel, and they have to extract it. And any of them can pick up the intel, much like Capture the Flag, and then the rebels have to basically shoot them and defend it while it's on the floor. It's pretty much Capture the Flag, but only one team have to capture the flag, which is really interesting. It was a good concept. I really enjoyed it. Lots of close quarters combat, which I love. I ended up, in the first 10 minutes of my first Strike game, I'd already gotten more kills than all of my Galactic Assault games combined, which was really, really silly because Galactic Assault, you have almost double the amount of players, so it should be a lot more action-packed and a lot more epic on a huge scale, but it just wasn't. Strike, on the other hand, was brilliant. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed it so much. I played it for hours on end. It was absolutely brilliant. There's honestly nothing more I can say about it. It's fun, it's fast-paced, and John Williams' music in the background, although it will get copyrighted if I ever upload it, so I'll have to turn the music off. When you're playing it by yourself and you've got that awesome orchestra playing directly into your ears while you are trying to essentially save Maz Kanata's castle, it makes you feel like you really are part of the Star Wars universe. I know it sounds so cheesy and so cliche, but it genuinely does. You genuinely feel like you have a cause and you are fighting for a reason and you are part of the rebellion. And I absolutely loved that. And on the other hand, when the epic First Order music was playing, you genuinely felt like you wanted to crush every single rebel that stood in your way. Whenever you played on either team, you genuinely wanted to do as well as you could, simply because of the fact that this music was immersing me so much. I mean, it's not quite at Battlefield levels of immersion, when, like, obviously you're doing operations and you go to the next one, you hear all the screaming or the music playing. That is sort of like next level when you feel like you are literally in the game, but this, nonetheless, makes you feel like you are part of something so big, and it is so enjoyable to play. Now, the final mode as well, I'm very mixed opinion about. So I hate one mode, I love the other, and the other one I think is a bit meh, which is the Starship Battle or whatever it's called. It's the flying mode, it's dogfighting basically. I like this when I'm doing well. When I'm not doing well, it is the most tedious, most annoying piece of crap I've ever played in my life. When you're doing well, when you are destroying ships out the sky and you're on like a 5 or 6 kill streak and you're literally about to get the Falcon or Slave 1, you are hyping so hard. You literally feel like Poe Dameron. You feel like an absolute legend. You feel like I'm the best pilot, no one can touch me. And that's what I like. You like that feeling, but when you just keep spawning in and getting destroyed by someone that thinks they're Poe Dameron, then it's not very fun because you just end up spawning, dying, spawning, dying, spawning, dying, rinse and repeat. It's really not enjoyable. You have to have a very balanced team, because on one occasion I carried my team and I destroyed them and I absolutely annihilated the enemy team and we ended up winning the game. But when it mixed around and I joined a new server, I was on a team that was average and most of their team were very good, and our team just got absolutely wiped, and that's when it really wasn't fun. So the biggest problem I felt with that was balancing. I felt like the team balancing wasn't actually very good, and in some ways wasn't working, because I either found myself absolutely annihilating people or absolutely getting annihilated, which wasn't very fun. I really want a consistent and enjoyable experience when it comes to dogfighting, because that is what most people missed from the first game. They missed that atmospheric, huge, epic scale combat in space, in starships. Everyone wanted that, and now the second game has delivered that, but they need to just polish it ever so slightly to just really fine tune it and make it absolutely perfect. Now, obviously, my opinion on the game is it's going to be very good. I've actually got a video coming up saying why it's going to blow everyone away. The only thing I really genuinely disliked from this beta, well, there was a few more things other than Galactic Assault, but there was Galactic Assault, and another thing I really didn't like was the holograms, how everything was like portrayed through a hologram. I found that really like PS2 kind of style. I found it very tacky. I'd much rather have like a little platform with like someone standing on that platform. I thought that would be much cooler, and it would be able to show off the visual design and the actual, like, how good like the face capture is on like Rey or Darth Maul, or even Han Solo, or like just how well the like first trooper or a first order like trooper armor is, or how the clones look. I thought having solid people on the platform would really show off the visual and graphic design of the game, whereas the holograms, although they look cool, they get a bit shit after about 3 minutes, and that's what I didn't really like. So other than Galactic Assault and the holograms, I think this has all the kind of things that could win Game of the Year. Obviously, we haven't seen many more modes. I would really like to see Galactic Conquest added, a very famous mode from the original Battlefront 2. I would really like to see that in there, because it adds that sort of like battlefield element of it, where you can just sort of like roam around, go to objectives and capture what you need. I think that would be really cool, but unfortunately I don't think that is going to happen. But nonetheless, the beta did blow me away inevitably because of Strike, and Strike saved the beta for me. If Strike wasn't there and I only had the Starship mode and Galactic Assault, I probably would have deleted it within the first day, because I really did not enjoy it. But overall, if you did play it, let me know, well, overall, I liked it. So there you go. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments. Let me know if you're going to get it on its release of November 17th. I know I probably will, and then we'll have videos coming up most days of it. But nonetheless, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I've used nonetheless in the completely wrong context there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, like if you did enjoy this video, and don't forget to subscribe. It is free after all, and it would really, really help me out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Peace.